Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying this autumn afternoon. This is, you guessed it, Exclusive King. The media is such a gross savage with regards to black people. Whether we're talking about reality TV, primetime dramas, or just the news, there's rarely any civility or decency shown towards black people from the media. Black men have constantly been defamed and scrutinized all on the world stage for everyone to see. But we must not forget as black men that the black woman is right there beside us taking her lumps too. In my very first video here on YouTube, I've stated that we as a community focus on the bad and we give them all of our shine. At first I couldn't understand why. But then it hit me when I realized that the media does it too. You see, that's where we got it from. Now, I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but this is something I took notice of. You see, the media is full of false impressions. For instance, they show a black NBA player with a non-black wife or girlfriend at least 4 times more in television and magazines than they do a black athlete with a black wife. The impression given here is that black athletes tend to have more relationships with non-black women. This is the impression. Count how many times you've seen or heard about Lamar Odom and Khloe Kardashian, about their engagement and everything. Now, count how many times you've seen or heard about LeBron James with his wife, Grant Hill with his wife when he was getting engaged, Shaquille O'Neal, Stephon Marbury, Vince Carter, Allen Iverson. How many times you've seen their wives? Alright, let's look at this. If I'm a black athlete, you know what? If I'm a black NBA player, I can just about have my pick of any kind of woman out there, and everyone knows this. I'm physically fit, I'm famous, I'm rich. If I can have my pick of any woman and I choose a black woman to be my wife, and the next man who's also in the same situation, he can have his pick, he also chooses a black woman to be his wife, and the next man, and the next, until 90% of us chooses a black woman to spend the rest of our lives with. What would that say about black women on the national level? What kind of image would that project about black women? See, the media doesn't want to portray the black woman as loving, nurturing, non-gold digging wives. They seem to not even want to portray black women as desirable in terms of good marriage material. So they'd be damned if they'd show black women as the superlative choice of all these rich, successful men. Superlative over all non-black women. They're not having that. We could even look at white athletes with black wives to see this as plausible. I mean, can you name 5 well-known white athletes with black wives off the top of your head? Black women are not displayed in a positive light in the sports world in terms of marriage material, if they are displayed at all. I, being a black man, feel the black woman is my reflection. So any insult, passive or active, directed at her, and it's unwarranted, should be met with by warning shots from the entire community. By showing black athletes with non-black women, it gives the false impression that these are the kinds of women worthy enough to date and marry these kinds of rich, successful men. It also gives the impression that if all these black athletes are going to non-black women instead of their own women, instead of black women, then black women must not be as desired or desirable in terms of having a worthwhile relationship with. I mean, you can imagine if black men don't even want to be with black women, how would anyone else? This is evident, this is clear in how the media would show us Terrell Owens, a man whose views of black women are less than complimentary, before they show us LaDainian Tomlinson or Jerome Bettis. They'd show us Lamar Odom and his relationship 50 times before they show Tracy McGrady and his. This is something that upsets me as a black man, and it should upset a lot more of us, because the media seems to be about lowering the black woman's self-worth. This to the community says once a man is successful, he's not supposed to date or marry a black woman. He has to upgrade. White women are the prize. And once you have one, you've officially made it. You are officially successful. That's a nice fairy tale. But in reality, just about 90% of black NBA players have black wives. And that's just the NBA. So ironically, if there's any kind of upgrade going on, it's black athletes upgrading to black women, not from. Get it right.